I was about 3 hours after a workout, something like that. I was getting ready to eat some sloppy joes that my wife was making. Got the phone call from my manager saying, there's a possibility, Damian, he told me basically Mark Munoz got hurt and Damian Maia needs an opponent, and the UFC called and said that they would, love for me to fight him. And at first they were kind of saying that I was going to be fighting in March, April, even possibly May. He told me a little bit about the Canadian card that got canceled in Montreal. So I really didn't know. So he told me, I was going to be fighting a couple months from now. The UFC said that actually, Damian Maia doesn't want to get off this card. He wants to fight in this, a week from now. So as soon as I heard that, I said, you know what? Between the two phone calls, it was probably about half an hour, 45 minutes. I was already I was pacing back and forth. I already got so pumped about the idea of fighting Damian Maia that I didn't care if it was the next day or whatever, or a couple months. I just wanted to fight him. I didn't want to lose that opportunity. So they called and I said, let's do it. And my manager, everybody was like, you're a freaking man. You're a little nuts. But my wife's like, my husband definitely has a screw loose. The big thing, I had to step on the scale. I saw how much I weighed. It was 216.8. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a tough one, but I gotta do what I gotta do, Well, I found out at probably about like 8 o'clock Eastern time, and basically I wasn't eating those sloppy joes that my wife made. I was what I have. I think I had a little tuna, and then right to the gym. I had to get to the gym and start working out, get my cardio in place. Obviously, Ray. I have a lot of faith in him, and he's been basically just taking control of this whole camp, if you want to call it a camp. Getting me in shape, making sure I don't get hurt. Obviously, because it's a short notice fight, I can't get hurt. So really, just get in shape, get my weight down, and that's really it. I think you need experience in competition. I mean, if you're new into competition, of any type of competition, you're not going to be. It's real hard to handle. I came from a wrestling background when I was wrestling, every 3-4 times a week, multiple times a day. I've been involved, plenty of times where, I don't know who I'm wrestling. It's always different people, so you always have to be ready for anybody, anytime. And I've put myself in, situations that are tough, and I came out victorious before, so I have confidence in myself, and I've been here before. In different ways. If we're on our feet, then I guess he feels like he's been training more of that. But I've been training my stand-up just as much. I've been really focusing on that too. So I don't think it really matters. And I'm prepared for anything. I'm prepared for him to be awesome stand-up, better than I've ever seen him. Be surprised out there. I'm expecting him to even take me down if that happens. So I'm expecting the worst. And I think that's what's going to give me the right mindset to get in there. And there's going to be no surprises. Because I have a lot of respect for him, and I'm going to be prepared. On top of that, I pride myself in being tough and mentally tough, and being able to push a certain pace for a long period of time and breaking people's wills. So whether I'm in shape or not, I'm going to try to do that. Like against Alessio Sakara, I really couldn't even do cardio or anything. I didn't know where my shape was going to be. I couldn't even imagine it going 3 rounds at that point. But I actually ended up breaking him mentally and physically after the 3 rounds, and so I'm confident with my cardio. Actually, I'm lucky in the fact that every time I do train hard, and I'm always trying to learn. So I'm where I'm at, and I'm not going to know too much more. But I do have good coaches like John Donaher, who's going to be going over stuff that Damian Maia does. Just certain things just to brush up, so it's not a surprise in the cage. Watch some videos of them and just get a little used to them. The only time I actually do sit back and think about where I've come in a year. Not even a year yet, from just getting in the UFC last March. It's not March yet. And obviously almost signing with Bellator, very, very close. I had dinner reservations to celebrate with my family when I was going to sign with Bellator. Just the signing bonus was just like, money that at that point was, everything. Obviously, I was living in the basement with my parents, with my daughter, and it was just, I had to provide for my family, and the UFC wasn't calling, and I couldn't trust the fact that, how long it was going to take to basically get in there. It's hit or miss a lot of times. So, I just did a lot of praying, and I took a little time, and then it just happened. Alessio Sakara I got the call somehow, and that was really it, man. And as far as where I'm at now, all I'm doing is training as hard as I can every day, and trying to win every fight, and so far so good. And Obviously, this huge opportunity I have in front of me, I'm just going to try to make the best of it, just like any of my other fights. So I hope I get a W, obviously, but either way, it's just a huge opportunity to get my face on Fox. To me, it's pretty much really like the first true Fox card. The last one was just before the contract even started between Fox and the UFC, and only one fight. This time, it's the true beast is coming out, and I'm just so excited to be part of the history of being involved in that.